Good morning and welcome to Crypto Corner. I'm your host, Harriman, and hopefully what you're seeing out there is Bitcoin is surging. It's over 50,000. We have a lot of altcoins moving. We've got a lot going on, and hopefully you are jumping in. You've been with us since July. You're pretty much two times your money right now, and you should be getting ready and hopefully have been buying through this process and are getting ready to go into the bull run. So I always like to start with our philosophy. I'm going to stop reading it and just let you guys take a screenshot and take a look at it. Basically, we want to be safe, secure, and be able to sleep. So if you want, you can go through other videos to see it, but I want to jump right into that. Couple things have been happening is we had a percentage pie that we used that said we were going to use, and here is a percentage pie right here. You'll see the 65, the 20, the 10, and the 5. We are now going to change those to 55, 20, 10, and 15 and 10. And the reason we're going to do that is we get closer to the bull run, we think that there's less risk in some of these cryptos. So what we want you to do is take a look at it. You decide what your percentages are, um, and you decide whether you can do something that maybe gives you, instead of 10% high risk, you want to be in 30%. That's up to you. We This isn't financial advice. It's just what we are doing, and you can follow our journey. So this is where we started in 23. We're moving that now. The reason we're moving it is we feel like there's a good a reason. And okay. Next, we always jump into where are all the things that we started at the beginning. You see the buy range. You see the today's price. You can see how many are green, how many are sideways. And then if you look all the way over past the column where my cursor is right now. Did we buy? We bought Dot this week. We bought Matic this week, and we bought Gala this week. Why did we do that? Partly because Super was doubled. So you see these light green passages. You see Bitcoin's gone up from 43 to 50. You see Super's gone from 63 cents to $1.03, and it's over $1.10 right now in the moment. VRA is starting to move. It went up from 5.2 to 6.6. So we think we're going to have some moves. And why did we buy Matic? We think Matic at 80 cents was a great time to start buying because we think it's going back to $1. And again, we're going to buy, we're going to sell some of these. And so we'll let you know. We sold some of our super here because we doubled. And so we sold out of our original number. So we're back to what our original investment was in there. And why do we do that? Because we want to make sure our allocation is correct. So we hope that you guys are doing that. We think it's really smart. We think it's a way not to get burned. It's easy to make a lot of money in crypto and then lose it all. And ask people with Luna, ask people with Three Arrows Capital, what happened to them? They bought their Luna and it was like 4% of their portfolio, and then all of a sudden it was 92% of their portfolio, and then when it went bust, they were back down to 0% of their portfolio. We don't want you to get caught in that. We want you to be buying and selling as you go. We're telling you what we're buying each week. We hope that you're doing the same. Um, as you can see, Super just doubled again. It's time to take the profit. In the case of Super, we could have had, say, $400 in there. That 400 just would have doubled. Now, again, when that 400 doubles, this 2880 number goes up by whatever that number is, by the percentage. So that's a 15, only 15% can go into that. So what we did is we sold off about half of it, and now we've still got the same amount in there, and we've got a higher number to go with. So we could actually add to that position if we want to, and we will if Super goes back below $1. So that's what our plan is. We sold, if it goes back down 95 cents, something like that, we'll buy back in. Um, Again, you can see we bought Dot this week. We're going to continue to buy Dot. We're getting our percentage. If you did notice, if you're on Coinbase, They did lower that from 11% staking down to about 8. So just be aware of that, because that's one of the things, the reasons that we were going to Coinbase and we were doing what we were doing was because we were getting 11% on our money right away. Um, I just wanted to throw a quick little thing in here on this, on our super journey. So you can see where we bought, where we sold, what our profit was, how many shares we had, and what profit we had. So at one point, we started this journey with $196 of super. And right now, that $196 is 1,246. But that's because we bought it, we sold it, we bought it back in, sold it again, and then bought it back in. And we look to do that at least one more time. We think that super will end up a maybe $2 stock, so it's got a double left in it. But now it's getting harder and harder. So when it was at 7 cents to go to a dollar, wow, we got a long way to go. And that's what we did. We had bought at 7. And just so you know, there's a lot of people that like to buy and hold. And so we think that that's not the worst strategy, except for where is it in on your risk factors. So if you had bought using that $196 and you'd held it from 7 cents, you'd actually be at $2,884 in profit. But the thing that we say is we would rather be at 1246 and keep buying back in, because we're at 1246 plus we have 400, another $500 in there. So we're at 1700. Now again, we could have been at 28, but remember, if this was Gala Games, you would have put that same $196 in there and you'd have $196 right now. So you don't know. Don't second guess. Don't go back and play armchair quarterback or anything like that. Just take your profits when you're supposed to take them, and it will keep growing. And as long as we're growing this, then at the end, it doesn't matter. I did want to show you a little bit on the chart here. Here's our original buy at 7 cents, sold here at 10. Then we bought back in at 7 when it was bouncing around in here, and then we sold at 21 cents. Then we bought back in at 19 cents and we sold at 55. And then we bought back in at 50 cents and we sold at 103. Now, one of the things that when you look through here, we could have bought back in this time, instead of buying back in at 19, we probably could have got that at like 12. When we bought back in at 50 cents, probably could have got it at 40 cents. You're not going to buy the top. You're not going to buy the bottom, or that's not what our plan is. Our plan is, do we think it has good fundamentals? We thought all along it's had good fundamentals. So we bought at 7 and then we sold, and then we bought and we sold. And all along the way, we've made money. So there's some good, and there's some good money to be made there. Okay, this is in the vault. So we know STX and Render are now in our vault. They're both going to do well coming up, especially if Bitcoin does well. STX is going to do well. But we want to introduce the new coins that we have. Lastly, what are we doing? Diversification, accumulating, staking, and farming. We've already shown that we're farming. We've done that with Dot, Atom, and the rest. The staking is Atom and Dot. Accumulating, we just bought more Gala, and I think VRA is about to go on a nice little run here. And I think you're going to see a lot of these are going to go up, maybe 30-40%, and then they're going to crash down maybe that 20% and then go back up. And I think we've got that for the next quarter. So basically what I'm hoping for you guys is keep taking some profits here and there. And then if you miss that top, there's plenty of coins out there. Don't get wrapped around that one. That's why we're gonna be listing more and more coins on this channel, and so that you have more and more to pick from. We started out, we didn't have S Fund in there. We didn't have what else did we just do? We've done 2 or 3 in the last few IMX, and some of those are already moving. So what we want for you guys is we want you guys to really take a close look at where you are, what motivates you, whether it's gaming or whatever, and then how do you move from that? how do you make good choices? And then when should you take profit? When you buy something, you should have a profit timeline on it. And like Super, we knew when we bought at 7, we had talked about it. We were selling at 21. We sold at 21. We bought back in. We said we were selling at 50. We did. At 50, we said we think it can double one more time. And we think it can double one more time. I would not buy Super right now unless it gets well below $1, like 95, 90 cents. Um, but again, because I think there's other stuff that's out there that we haven't missed the train on, Jasmy and IMX and some of those. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Smash the like button for me. Let me know what you think about the new format we're doing here. Hopefully you can see it much better on your phones. We appreciate you and hope that you guys have a great Valentine's Day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.